I think Sam's definitely taking Shador. Okay. Am I good to start the draft or no? Is it time yet? Yeah, it is, but you want to wait till 2:05?
Yeah, give everybody 4 minute grace period.
I need a corner. My corners are okay, but they're not good. I need a quarterback because I'm tired of Kyler's slow release and he can't get it over the defensive line. So
Yeah.
and he's just not accurate. Like I don't. His throw under pressure must be horrible or something. What do you think about the Cats today?
Be a tough one.
I
Be
think our
huge.
guards are.
I think we can win it. I
I
think we
think our
have the
guards
guard
are just
play.
too good for them.
I think we have, that's what I was going to say. I think we have the guard play to pull it off.
The last time they beat us was the Luke May shot. They had who was their guards that year? Was that Kobe White?
Kobe White.
Yeah, it's a tough team. Cal's kind of dominated Carolina though.
Yeah. We
That's about
had
the only
that.
team.
And that Luke May shot was crap. We had that team beat.
Yeah, we beat them
Referees.
earlier in the year. Is that Cal's only loss to Carolina?
I think so.
That's he's got their number.
I just hope he don't screw everything up, man. I'm still,
Yeah, Onion is back today.
yeah, I know. That's what, that worries me.
It could get bad
He's probably liable,
today.
he's liable to run out there with Bradshaw and Yinsu and
Mitchell and Edwards,
Mitchell and Edwards and then put,
Fiero with the one.
yeah, Thiero at the one. Be like, this is a great lineup. I really like it. What are you doing, Cal? He scares me, man. This team's got it. We got the talent on this team.
We could win the national championship with this team. It's
Yeah,
just
it's just Cal. We're
God.
just scared of Cal. All three bigs don't ever need to be on the floor together, ever.
I don't even like two, but like Mitchell and Bradshaw's fine because they can both space. But I don't really want if Onyensu's in the game, I want four guards.
Mitchell's solid. I like that guy. He's a
Yeah, I
leader.
like Mitchell. Shoot, what are we without Reeves and Mitchell, dude?
Oh gosh. All right, everybody. We just started the stream. Stream has been posted. We're gonna go ahead and start the Supreme Draft. I'm here with Eli. Sorry if I sound raspy in my voice, a little under the weather, but Eli's gonna carry this commentary.
Yeah,
What up, Torvis?
Sam.
Glad to have you in the chat, man.
Sam on the clock, and
He's
I
definitely
think I
gonna
have
be
a good idea
quarterback.
of
Yeah,
who
hate you're
he's going
missing it.
here.
Hate you're missing it too, Torvis. Wish you could be a part of it, buddy. You had a good year. That's the reigning user of the year right there commenting on the chat.
Wow,
Travis Hunter out of Colorado took a corner with the first overall pick.
dang,
Wow. What a
that
pick.
means Shador Sanders is on the clock. It's on the board. Well, there he goes.
Shador
But
Sanders just went to the the Las Vegas Raiders.
you got to think that pushes everybody back a spot.
Yeah. Yes, sir. You deserved it, Torvis. You brought that team a long way.
Here goes Nico.
Nico on the clock. I don't know. Cornerback Benjamin Morrison out of Notre Dame. Nico's got to rebuild his team. He had some problems with his re-signing and lost out on some key players.
Is Terrell here? I'm going to go ahead and get this list going.
Yeah, go ahead and pull that up. I doubt Terrell's here.
Yep.
Terrell needs to be here. Travis Hunter, hidden dev, 94 speed, 6'1".
That's a stud.
That's a great pick. Great pick by Sam.
That means Justin Fields is staying in town, I guess.
Justin Fields remains QB1. There was rumors of him being dealt to the Dolphins. The Dolphins couldn't make a package together.
I'm not looking for it. Okay, here we go.
Pass a vote.
Okay.
Terrell is on the clock. We're letting time run for the time being. I do not think he's voted. I'm not heard from Terrell. He's also on the activity warning list, so.
I'm going to go ahead and start this list. Niners are not here. Okay.
I'd skip it. I told them
Yeah.
they're responsible. Bear Alexander, still a great pick. Right in.
Top
five
talent.
talent. Yeah. Out of USC. Cody on the clock. His super-powered offense.
We'll let Tua walk.
Definitely going to go quarterback at the first. I would imagine he's going quarterback.
So the next 4 picks should not be quarterback picks.
No, because you got Lamar, Stroud, Burrow, and Mahomes.
So that's shaping up well for pick 11. It's 2 quarterback spots from here to there. I don't care. I'm taking the best quarterback available probably because I'm done with midget man. I'm done with Baby Yoda.
Cody's here. Don't skip him.
I think he should get throw power. He's got enough speed to win the Olympics.
45 seconds left on the clock. Cody really struggling here with this number 5 overall pick.
Tyreek, Waddle, McCole Hardman, and Brock Bowers, and Devon Achane.
Jalen Milrow. Man. I called it.
Oh, that hurts.
Did I not call it before this? I said that Jalen Milrow will be a top 5 pick.
Yeah.
I legit called it.
That's tough.
I called it.
That's really who I wanted, but still a good quarterback on the board.
That's funny. I called that. Cody has everything he needs on offense. Ain't no doubt about that. That's a super team.
Wow.
And he shares the card. He's a hidden development. 92 speed, 92 throw power quarterback.
Wow. If he had taken any other quarterback, I probably would have got him, man.
That's a dandy of a pick. We have 8 people watching. Welcome to the chat.
I like Milrow in
Casey says everything but a player collar. Sorry, Cassie, I'm not tracking on that comment. I was sitting there trying to figure it out. I'm like,
His Ravens here.
What's up, John? Yeah, Milrose looks like a stud. Oh, he's everything but a play caller.
No.
Cassie talking a little smack to the Dolphins here. To Cody. Cody says it was between Aller, I don't know how to say his name, and Milrow. I think you took the better of the two.
Cody's played a couple games against me where he has put it all together. It's just he's got to do it consistently.
Yeah. If you lock in your team, man, you can make a run. That's a team right there. And that's so much speed.
Just take care of the ball and you're going to win games. because you're gonna hit deep shots no matter what. Because there's no way everybody's guarding that. Okay.
Outside
Mar-
linebacker Patrick Payton goes
March
to the
Ravens is
Ravens.
not here.
I haven't heard from Henry. I don't know if he's on here on the list. Casey says the AFC East is now tough with Chew in there. I'm telling y'all, I try to tell everybody when Chew joined.
Yeah,
Chew is he's a dynamic player. Yeah,
I think he,
he'll figure out how to adjust to the new abilities and everything, get his team right. He'll be right there knocking on the door every year.
I think he was. I was the second game and he beat me.
Yeah, he's tough. Me and Chew used to battle it out back in the headliners days, back in the AFC South. He was the Jags. I was the Titans. Man, it was a
I was
battle.
the Texans.
It's kind of like how me and Dom and me and Brent and me and Sonny do now. It's like, oh, I won the first one. Oh, you won the second one, and then the third
Yeah,
one usually is up in the air.
that whole
Like,
division was loaded. It
it
was me,
was.
you,
You were
him.
the Texans. That's right.
Yeah,
Gosh, that was
there was a
tough.
lot of bowls that came out of that division.
There was. Last season in the in the NFC South, I lost versus Brent and Dom, and then I swept Sonny, and then I got in the playoffs and I beat Dom. This year I split the series with those two again, get swept by Sonny, and Dom takes the third meeting between us. It's literally crazy. This NFC South is. That AFC South division I used to be in with the headliners was it was tough. It used to be the toughest one until this one. This one's crazy. 13 people watching now. Welcome to the chat. I saw where Torva said that Will Levis is going to have a good season for him this year. That's right. I love how Will Levis is having a good season in real life. He's the future of the Titans franchise.
There goes your
Snub
guy.
says thirsty much. Did you hear me slurping that coffee down? Is that what you're saying? Because that's what I was doing. There goes my guy, Harold Perkins, man. Dang. Chu says that headliners division was crazy. It was crazy. Brent says Harold getting wasted. Yeah, sorry, Snub. I was I got a sore throat, and so made me a cup of coffee and put a little honey in it. It helped soothe my throat a little bit. I kind of forgot that I was on a headset when I was like trying to get that last little bit of it. I forgot it was echoing right into the mic. Willis on the clock. I like to see what he does here.
His last rookie was rookie of the year, so
I don't think he's going running back. He may try to rebuild his offensive line.
he just lost Creed Humphrey.
I appreciate that, Snub. I think it's just a cold though. Part of my job in the mornings, I stayed outside. Then I do gate security at the school from 8 to 8:30, and we've had like consistent 25 to 35 degree weather the past 2 weeks. So I'm going from like 26 degrees outside for 30 minutes and then going inside of a 70-degree building. That's kind of got my whole system here out of whack, but I'll bounce back. That coupled with the fact that I'm around at school and the church around 300 kids every week, 400 kids. I did it again, and I'm sorry. I just realized it. Left tackle Will Campbell at LSU. I figured he would rebuild that O-line. I saw where he lost Creed Humphrey. I tell you who else whose team is pretty stacked. I was looking at it earlier. Sam's team, the Bears. The Bears are stacked. There's some talent on that team.
Yeah.
Kenrick is up. I don't know about if he's here or not. We got Kenrick, then Eli, and then Kyle, and then Turdell, Joe, and Chris. I'm gonna DM Joe, make sure he remembers.
I'll check.
Snub got him a hidden defensive tackle. Absolute stud, Jaheim Otis. Will McDonald's an absolute stud at left tackle. Hidden development as well. That's awesome. A great
So
pick.
Commanders said he would not be here. Go ahead and mark that. I have a bunch of picks in this draft. Really got to capitalize here. Kind of messed myself up by winning so many games at the end of the year, and I have a tougher schedule now because of it. Because I end up finishing second in the division. Brent says you got to make Will Campbell number 7. He got picked to be number 7 for LSU, and I don't think the NCAA allowed him to wear it.
Of course not.
Number 7 for LSU. I think that's always their best player. Jamar Chase wore it his senior year. And then Patrick Peterson wore it. Leonard Fournette wore it a couple years.
Abdul Carter, left outside linebacker out of Penn State, goes to the Rams. Eli's most certainly taking the quarterback here if I had to guess, and I'm going to guess he's taking Carson Beck. But that's my personal guess.
I actually got 100% completion on Beck, and it's not looking good. So I'm going to go with the top 5 talent.
Colby Aller, is that his name?
Yeah, Drew Aller.
Drew Aller. I don't know these guys' names.
Oh man, he's a stud too. 95 throw power, hidden development at 6'5", 82 speed, 84 cell. That's enough. I'm gonna
build around him.
I can make it work. No more Kyler Murray.
The Kyler Murray era has ended in Arizona.
And he is still up for trade if anybody wants to come grab him for a day 2 pick.
A bag of peanuts.
Yeah. Got a top 5 talent at number 11. I'm happy with it.
That's what everybody knows. It's hard for me to draft in these things because where I'm streaming, I can't go and look at my draft board. I don't want to give away my picks or my choices here, so.
Yeah.
Which I don't think any of the guys where I'm going to be drafting is going to be anything.
Commanders is not here.
It's the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, there goes one of my guys. I haven't heard from Trudell. I didn't look at the list, though. Cody's saying Milroe going to win Rookie of the Year.
We'll see.
Got to have that interception rate down. I was happy with the progress I made with Joe Milton. Wish I'd have had him in the playoffs.
Cody can make it dangerous. That's man. Just run the ball with A-Chain and then play action over top. Destroy. And even Bowers underneath. Could eat up yards.
If he just puts 2 of his guys on drag routes, you have to guard. You have to start guarding that. What do? You can't guard everything. I know how I'd defend it. Let him have everything underneath, make him score in the red zone.
Yeah.
That team's tough.
Even then, though, Tyreek and Waddle.
Brent's just now realizing that Cody's team is stacked.
He definitely has the best offense in the league.
He has Hardman,
talent-wise.
he has Hill, he has Waddle, he has Bowers, he has Milroe, he has A-Chain. Is it A-Chain or A-Chain?
It's A-Chain or A-Chain, I'm not sure.
Armstead.
I love him in fantasy. I know that much.
He's got the absolute. That's the track team of track teams.
Could literally win a relay in the Olympics.
And he says, and a rookie 95 speed wide receiver. I don't think you need any more speed. Torba says, Eli, I will get him.
It's the Buffalo Bills now on the clock.
Get who?
I'm not quite sure. Who do you mean, Torvis?
Because he just said he's going to have a good year with Levis. So I'm assuming he's not meaning Murray.
I'm
Levis
serious.
Probably just as good as Murray at this point. Oh man.
Hey, Levis is one of the most underrated quarterbacks on this game. His release is so fast. Willis coming in talking trash, saying Cody's offense is worse than his.
I'm gonna go ahead and Mark
Cody
Browns is
puts
not
up the
here.
yards. If Cody just don't turn the ball over, he's gonna have a crazy year.
No, he'll score and he'll move the ball down the field, and it's just he'll have a turnover in the red zone, and then piles up on itself.
It's
We
hard playing with
played.
those fast quarterbacks, though. You got to be careful not to roll out too fast.
I played him quite a bit in our like tune-up period before the league started, and he gave me some good games. It was like he could be dangerous with this Dolphin team, but you have to put it together in the league.
And
It'll come
listen,
though.
it's tough putting it together in the league. Joe is on the clock. I do not know if Joe is drafted. I have not heard back.
Joe beat me down. Gosh, he never beat me. He got me good this season. I don't know. It's like I could not defend his receivers,
The New
Higgins
York
and
He
Giants
selects
what do you call him?
Tigra
The freak.
Shapola from the Ohio State. Yeah, that big 6 foot.
Golly, man. He is T. Higgins and that guy, and they were just like mossing me in triple coverage. I was like, man, it's just not meant to
He
be.
said he was a freak now. Chris is on the clock.
clock now.
Cade Klubnik out of Clemson.
We're about to play him in the bowl game.
I did not expect him to take a quarterback there. I don't know why. The Danny Dimes era has ended in New York.
Danny DeVito era.
Now we have Jake on the clock. I'll always have love for the Lions. Won 2 Super Bowls with them last year. I always have love for them. Oh,
I'm
Torvis
so
said he'd
glad
take
I got a
Murray.
quarterback. Okay. I mean, send me a second round pick, and
He said he'd use him as a backup.
so it's cool.
My Falcons team has been hard to rebuild for those listening. One of the reasons that it's been hard for me to rebuild it the way I want it is I want to keep some of these young guys. That's a good pick right there, Chris. Hidden Dev, 87 speed, 92 throw power. That's a good quarterback.
That's a player.
But I've had to be re-signing guys every year. I've not had one year where I can just let everybody go.
I just got Nick Chubb. My team's gonna look a lot different.
So I just want you to know, Cody, I'm not saying that the Bama's going to beat Michigan in the playoffs. But if Jalen Milroe beats Michigan to death in the playoffs, and then you have to play with Milroe, won't that kind of be one of those things that kind of reminds you of that? I'm just saying.
That would
I'm
be
just
tough.
saying. Like if we were doing a fantasy basketball draft and I had to draft Christian Laettner or Drake May, or not Drake May, Luke May from North Carolina,
On the clock
I'd have a
now.
hard time.
The Jacksonville Jaguars.
Clock ran all the way down. I'm gonna mark him as not here.
Yeah, Jake. I know Jay's here. He's already been in chat.
He is here.
Yeah, he's here.
Okay.
Brent saying Alabama will beat Michigan. I predict that too, but
I don't know how good Michigan is. I
Be
don't
the
know how
first.
good the Big Ten is.
It's hard to tell. I never have good expectations for anybody outside the SEC. But then
Especially in
again,
the playoffs.
this will be the first time that they actually do something and everybody be like, "Oh, the SEC sucks," even though the SEC
Yeah.
is still the best division in college football.
It's a weak year too. And then you're adding Texas, who's finally on track, it looks like.
Cody says it's going to be a close game. I don't think it'll be a blowout.
I don't know if those teams are going to score enough for it to be a blowout, but
I don't know what to predict it. I just know that Alabama has really started to click. Everybody's like, "Oh, they lost to Texas," but it was early. If you're going to lose, lose early.
and then everybody's talking about the Auburn game. It's like that every year. I mean, what have you not learned?
Yeah, that's facts. Jalen takes Zion Branch, strong safety out of USC. First big move he's been able to make since he can't trade.
Some of Alabama's best years, they went to Auburn and nearly lost. And some of their best years, they did lose. So it's hard to tell.
I legitimately don't know who I'm taking with my pick. Thinking out loud.
One year they won the national championship. They went to Auburn, lose the game. Auburn loses in the SEC championship, and Bama makes the playoff and wins the national championship. There's a lot to keep up with, but it's just how it goes.
If I was a Michigan fan, I wouldn't feel very confident after watching the reaction video when they found out they were playing Bama. They were like shell
Well,
shocked.
I would have been a lot better with Washington if I was them.
Yeah. And if I would have
Or,
been like, if I wasn't pulling for Alabama, I'd been like, if I was pulling for Michigan, I'd be like, oh man, they're acting scared or they're acting terrified. And they did. The video showed that they were acting kind of weird there. So we'll see though. Anything's possible. That's why you play the game. You never know. Someone has a bad night,
I'll go
injuries.
17-28 Bama. That's what I'll go with.
28-17. That's pretty good pick. I'm gonna go 35-17 Bama.
Yeah, I think they control the game, and it's just Michigan keeps it close a lot of the game, then two late scores by Bama.
I'm just saying I feel bad for Georgia. I know everybody feels bad for Florida State, but I feel bad for Georgia.
Yeah.
Dre was
I mean,
not
there's
here.
no way
Tom
they're
went all the way
not.
down.
Next, the Philadelphia
Luther
Eagles
Burden
are on
from
the
Missouri. He's going to be a burden for defenses. I'll see myself out.
He was a burden for Kentucky this year.
Yeah, I know. I was at that game. You were at that game.
Minnesota Vikings.
Oh yeah, that was the last game I went to.
Golly, I'm going to be
I
honest with you. I didn't have much fun.
I sold the rest of my season tickets after that game. I was like, I'm not going back.
John takes Gentry Williams, cornerback out of Oklahoma. Another
We'll
pick
do it
for,
all.
for
Go ahead.
Jalen. David
That's-
Bailey, left outside linebacker from Stanford. Dom is on the clock. I'm assuming Dom's here.
Yeah. His team.
Getting better and better and better. Gentry Williams, 94 speed, 6 foot, hidden dev, 96 acceleration corner. The Eagles get richer. That was a great pick by John. Left tackle Trey Zunn, the third out of Texas A&M. Jay on the clock now with the Seahawks, followed by
Texas A&M's
Sonny and the
like-
Panthers.
I don't know. With all the stoop stuff, I can't take Texas A&M seriously anymore. I don't know. Especially after that video they posted with their new coach with the what were they doing? I don't know. Did you see that?
Yeah, who did they end up hiring?
That guy from Duke. They were mad about
Oh
Stoops.
yeah.
They were mad about Stoops, and they liked the guy that goes 7-5 in the ACC. Like I don't
Oscar
Make it-
Delp.
make it make
Out of
sense.
Georgia.
It's not a better hire. It's arguably a worse hire.
Sonny is now on the clock. I hate seeing anybody in my team, anybody in my division pick. I just hate
Yeah.
seeing it.
Well, I'm sure Oscar Delp's going to give me fits all the
This
time.
division, no joke, this division is ridiculous.
Oh yeah, it is. It is.
Torber said he does not feel bad for Florida State.
Yeah, it's just like the playoff system as it is just a failure. So it's bound to happen eventually. There was 5 teams, 6 teams that deserved to be in the playoff, and only 4 of them could make it.
Yeah. I do not know if Sonny's on the list.
Oh, I think he marked that he would not be here.
Let's check before we skip him. Yeah, he will not be here. We can skip.
Okay.
The Colts.
Left tackle Ernest Green III out of Georgia. Will on the clock.
The Los Angeles
Defensive
Chargers
tackle
now
Walter Nolan out of A&M. He was ready for that pick.
He's in
Number
the portal right
26 pick
now.
for Kessie. And the Chargers, who just traded Joey Bosa for a future first-round pick.
the Green Bay Packers are now on the clock.
Dason McCullough from Oklahoma, right outside linebacker.
Yep.
Packers on the clock. She says he hates Kessie. Must have took his pick. So did Greg.
I don't know where I'm going to go next.
I don't have no idea what I'm doing here. Just to be honest with you, I have my pick. No clue.
I'm going to stay drafting offense. I know that much.
I'm looking for pass rush, but I really don't need it this year if there's no good talent there. Because I did sign Dexter Lawrence and I did sign
The New Orleans Saints are now on the clock.
I mean, I could
Zadarius.
draft a corner.
But all in all, it don't really mean nothing to me. If I get him,
Yeah,
on
I might draft this corner. He looks pretty solid right here. I don't know, though. It's tough.
Brent is on the clock. Let's see who he takes.
No running backs been drafted.
That's why running backs are not considered foundational pieces. Left guard Tyler
like
Booker out of Alabama. 2 on the clock now.
Looks like Evan Stewart went off the board, too. So somebody drafted him. It was a receiver out of A&M.
I know who I'm going to take. It's all going to be love. It's just going to be because I love him. You know who I'm taking.
Yeah, I know you're taking. It's a need, too, isn't it?
It is a need.
Can't go wrong there. You gotta give him his number, too, though. You gotta have that big
Watch
zero
him
on him.
go here. He'll go.
Jets already. Okay, you're good.
The Falcons are on the clock.
Got to go with the homegrown, my homeboy here from Kentucky. Deion Walker, 6'6", 348. Hidden dev, 89 strength, 80 acceleration.
On the clock.
Looks like a absolute monster of a man. Just being real.
You gotta give him that number 0.
He's already got it on here. They gave it to him off draft.
He's the man.
Deion Walker, 6'6". I don't know if y'all seen this kid in real life, but he is a monster.
Buccaneers are on
He may not be anything on here, but he's a monster in real life.
If we would just let him, if we could, oh man, we make him do so much. If we could just let him focus on playing inside, it would help him so much. We put him on the edge, and I don't know, man. I don't like how our defense has been used the last 2-3 years, honestly.
I just shared his card in the chat.
And I don't know what we do at linebacker now that Wallace is gone.
I don't either. Lost the Wade kids too, didn't we? They were linebackers.
The one was, and then the other one was the quarterback that played in the bowl game. He was.
Yeah, he was terrible.
That's not a big miss. We lost both of them because his brother was never going to get to play. So that's
I'm
tough.
taking another offensive lineman,
the clock.
building up his O-line now.
They went to Colorado, of all places. Not news for Destin Wade. If he's not good enough to play quarterback for us,
Yeah, he's not playing at Colorado. He was terrible in the bowl game. I mean, absolutely terrible.
he just needs to change positions. Like tight end now, tight end last year, tight end when he got recruited.
I do not think that Jared has voted, so we might be able to skip this pick.
I think he made his first pick, so we'll wait it out. Brent said the Packers got Evan Stewart. That's a good pick. That's the guy I was thinking of right here, but I don't know. Now I'm thinking corner.
Colts. Will says you can send the rest of his picks. Good
All
pick
right.
by Greg. Got him a hidden safety. Malachi Starks.
Was that the guy from Georgia?
Uh, yes.
I was thinking about drafting him, so that hurts.
Chris said we can send Raiders.
Okay, we can.
Yep. Sorry, Torvis. That's my Kentucky guy.
The Dallas Cowboys
Trevor
select
Trevor
Etienne.
Etienne. That's a good pick.
He's gonna be a Georgia Bulldog here soon.
Thanks for letting us know there, Chris. Nico on the clock.
the 49ers
Ethan
on the
Burke out
clock
of
now.
Texas. Terrell is not here on the first pick.
Yeah, that's a skip. We'll do 4 rounds, right?
It's the
That's all
Yeah.
Dolphins
all
on
the
the
players
clock.
there are, so there's no reason to do 5.
Tim Keenan, the third.
I do think uploading the updated class was the way to go, though.
Added depth.
Yeah, we'd be running short on players already if we had stuck with that other one. And here we are. There's still 4 more quarterbacks that could be drafted, which is not the only thing that matters, but it's that way for every position.
Let's see what Cody does with his second pick.
Probably 99 speed fullback. It's the only
Yeah,
thing that's
he
missing.
needs speed on at his fullback position, so he's gonna have to draft a fast fullback.
That's the only thing that's missing here. Could also use some defense.
Yeah,
I was going to send him Murray through Christian Wilkins straight up. But now that he has Milrow, that's no longer a possible trade. Yeah, I just think this guy fits what I want to do. Okay, he's got decent speed, so maybe not.
And
I've
now
already got
on the clock, it's the Arizona Cardinals.
1 o'clock. Panicking a little bit here. I don't know what to do. Gonna get a press corner.
The Cincinnati
Hidden
Bengals
dev,
are
89
on the
speed. That'll work.
clock.
6'2", 202. Really good press, really good strength. We'll take it. Brings up the Bengals.
took Will Johnson. I was looking at him. What was his speed?
89. He's slow, but
Yeah,
he's hidden dev
it
and
showed
really
that
good
on
press.
the combine or the grade of him. It said decent speed, and I figured it wouldn't be anything over 90.
Yeah. 1 upgrade, he'll be okay.
Cody took a running back.
Who'd he take?
I just now realized he took Donovan Edwards.
Oh, he took the Michigan guy. He might be a duplicate. We might just have 2 Donovan Edwards
Yeah.
in the league,
I figured Cody would
unfortunately.
shift and go defense the rest of the time after that first pick because
Okay, the Bengals was not here, I don't think.
yeah, we skipped him.
Yep. Browns was not here either.
Turdell just
Next up,
commented in
the
chat,
Cleveland
so maybe he
Browns
is
are
here.
on the clock.
Okay.
Turdell, are you here? 7 people still watching.
Well,
We have
I'm gonna lose the fantasy playoffs at this rate.
Willis, Kendrick, Eli, Snub, and Snub coming up.
The Chiefs are on the clock.
Let's see
Jafari
here.
Harvey. That's hard to say. Jafari Harvey.
Rhymes. Dang.
I'm so happy I got Deion Walker. I don't even care if he's good. I'm just happy I got him.
Now, the
Emory
Everybody's
Jones,
Rams.
LSU, left guard. Kendrick on the clock. I believe he made his first pick, didn't he?
yeah.
Couple of things to mention while I'm thinking on it. First game of the week will be posted post draft. Me and Eli are going to work together on figuring out which games are going
Oh,
to
I
be
know who I'm
that.
taking.
And
Oh
then
man, I'm so excited for my next pick.
and then after that, we'll post it and we'll show you. We'll post it early so that you can kind of get an idea on how to do it. And we'll set a time for when the last vote can be. Once we post it, we'll give you a time on when the last vote can be cast for game of the week, and we'll show you how that works. So everybody just be paying attention to the announcements and to the sportsbook section, the spring sportsbook section that's been made.
Template for that. I'm gonna make it simple, and I'm gonna make it one of those Adobe Express templates. So if like one of us can't get it, I
Snub
mean,
said he is 2 minutes from his house. Can you pause on his pick? Snub, we are still
unable
on
to pause.
pick. We're still on pick 10, but we're letting it go all the way down, and then Eli's going to take the entire time on his too. That way you
Yeah,
can
that's
have
all I
time to
can
get
do.
there. And we can't pause it because there is a glitch right now in Madden that if you pause it, it can cause the whole rest of the draft to be screwed up. But we will run the clock as long as possible for you here. And seeing that you said 2 minutes from your house, that was 30 seconds ago. You're a minute and a half. So you should be getting in your house right as your first pick starts. You should be able to log on and get it with 30 seconds to go.
The Arizona Cardinals are now on
Quarterback Carson Beck finally goes in the second round to Kendrick and the Los Angeles Rams.
I'm getting Barry on Brown.
Barryon Brown. I didn't know he was in this draft. Kentucky boy staying
His
with the
great
Kentucky
speed,
thing.
great acceleration.
I bet he has like 93 speed.
Yeah, that's good enough. I don't care. He's 6'1" with that speed. That's good enough for me.
Yeah, listen, unless the speed's 97 or up, it's not taking the top off nothing.
He'll be good underneath.
We are taking the whole time here so that we can let Snub get in his house to make his pick. You have a minute until your pick starts, Snub. I don't know if you're still listening.
Dane Key's in this class as well.
Really?
I'm not gonna pick Dane Key though. It's just not
No.
my guy.
Brent's typing in the chat.
That
We
might
got
be a
Snub, Joe, Turdell, and Jake coming up.
I don't know. It might be my last pick of the third round if he's still there. Because I have like 4 third rounders.
Bum, 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 bum,
I'm gonna make this pick with 5 seconds left just so I can get it in.
Snub, you're officially about to be on the clock. He made it. He's home. You can go ahead and make it.
Okay.
on the clock now.
Barryon
Hidden Dev,
Brown.
93
Wide.
speed.
I called the speed. Look at that.
Yeah, but we'll take the Hidden Dev. I didn't think he'd have that. because he's a third round projection. I'm about to choke that. I got that. I let that go too far.
Yeah, I was like, back-to-back picks here for the Texans. Followed
I
by
already like
Joe.
my team so much more off the 2 picks.
Who's everyone having the fight tonight? Leon Edwards or Colby Covington? I'm predicting Colby Covington wins in a 4th round TKO stoppage.
I think Cubby's gonna win. Might be decision though.
If it's a decision, it's because his gas tank is
Held him
crazy.
down. Yeah.
But I think he's going to outwork Leon and piece him up enough to where he just fatigues. Brent's got Leon in a decision. I'm going Colby and TKO 4th round. That's my prediction. Who you betting on, Chew? I know Chew's making a bet on this. Him and Dave, they have to be making a bet on the fight. Who are you betting on?
Afraid Tony Ferguson's gonna get beat up again, even though Patty's not great.
Tony needs to retire. He's needed to retire.
Yeah,
I don't care how much David Goggins he got in him over this.
I'm not big on David Goggins.
I don't like the guy. He gets on my nerves.
I think it's a little bit much.
Carry the boats. I know a real Navy SEAL, like legit, like dude,
Yeah.
legit. 40 or some year old, been serving for 20 some years, been a SEAL since he was like 20. He said none of them like it. None of them like him really.
It's just
Shu said he don't watch the fights enough to bet on them.
I've never watched most of these fighters.
I agree, Brent. He's done. Tony is washed. Josh Connerly out of Oregon, left tackle. Joe's on the clock.
I've watched Tony and Patty. I haven't watched Kobe. I don't think though on a pay-per-view.
I've watched a lot of Colby's fights. Everybody hates him because he plays this villain. I don't know if y'all saw what he did with Kamaru Usman though after their last fight. He walked up to him in the center of the ring and was like, "Hey, I just want you to know I didn't mean any of the stuff that I said. I was just trying to sell it so you can make money." That's what he said, legit in the middle of the ring.
Yeah.
So he's just playing a part. He's just trying to make money. I understand.
You got to.
Got to be a showman. Casey predicts a head kick 3rd round knockout for Leon Edwards. I will be shocked, honestly, if Colby goes out with a KO. He's got a chin. Kamara broke his jaw, and he kept fighting, so we'll see. Dennis Sutton. I actually know a man here right where I live whose name is Dennis Sutton. Kind of like, whoa. But right in Penn State. R. Mason Thompson, outside linebacker from Oklahoma. Exactly. Colby is a WWE heel. That's exactly what he is. Brent, you're exactly right. 2 good picks there from Snub. Hidden. Both of them. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's what I like about these. I'm glad this guy started doing Madden classes. He used to do 2K, and he's really done good on these Madden classes, and he's made them worth it.
I want to remind everybody who's listening, do not edit your rookie until season starts, until week 1, because if you do, you might glitch out the training camp. That may still be a thing. I don't know if it is or not, but if it is, please don't do it so that we do not lose. I'm going to go ahead and make a post.
Yep.
I had that pre-typed.
Jake Browning is literally just throwing my chances away. There's no way I lost both quarterbacks. Like, I think they're both top 5 fantasy quarterbacks, and I've lost both of them.
My main league, I drafted Eckler, Chubb, Jonathan Taylor, uh, Cooper Kupp. Who else? But as you know, all four of those guys, major injuries, lost major time over the course of the season. Chubb out for the whole season. Jake on the clock, 20 seconds left. Jalen saying skip. I don't necessarily know. I'm still laughing every time I see Brent comment the name Blip Payless. It cracks me up.
The Bengals have ran the ball 8 times, and Jamar Chase has had the ball twice. It's just not a good recipe to win there.
One of my students is Marvin Jones Jr., left outside linebacker out of Georgia. He was on my radar, but he dropped pretty bad after the update.
The second Marvin Jones Jr. to play for the Lions.
It's now the
Justice Finkley, right in out of Texas. Jalen on the clock. Lil J, as his name is in the chat, as was dubbed to him by Snub.
the Pittsburgh
Chris
Steelers
Marshall,
on
East
the
Texas
field.
Baptist, wide receiver. That's a unique
Wow.
college. Might as well put on there Southeast Community and Technical College.
Lindsey Wilson College, which is in this game. It's kind of dumb. I don't know who's ever made it from old Lindsey Wilson, but we've had a couple players enter the draft pool.
It's crazy to see Lindsey Wilson being so good in the NAIA.
Yeah, let's had it down here.
My senior year was the year that they first announced they were having a football program, and I went on a recruiting tour there. And they gave me a
Yeah.
tour of the facilities, and they was talking about how they were going to have blue turf, and
Yeah,
they talked about why the problems with blue turf was that like Boise State had experienced. Birds thought it was water, so they would swoop down and hit it and die, and they had to clean the field constantly. Like they told me this on the trip.
yeah.
They offered me money to come play there, and I was like, I just didn't want to play football anymore.
Was it Coach Oliver at the time?
It was the first ever head coach. I don't remember his
Yeah,
name.
Coach Oliver.
I met with him.
He's really good. He's at Georgetown now. They're
Yeah.
really good now. It's just
Yeah.
Lindsey's not been the same since he's left.
He took me through the facilities and bought me lunch. And what's crazy was I wasn't even on a football trip. Like I was on a scholars trip.
Yeah, he's who recruited me. Then he left in the same off season, and then I ended up not sticking with it. It's a job.
Yeah, it becomes a business. I was just banged up. I sprained my MCL and I had a dislocated shoulder that was still healing. I just didn't want to put the time into it anymore. To be honest with you,
I didn't
strong
want to play
safety,
tight end.
Sonny Styles. Well,
Which I
I wasn't.
understand why.
They had recruit. They were off. They told me I could play offensive line, but I was undersized. I'm 6'1". I was like,
Yeah, yeah.
I was-
I wasn't big enough to play tight end.
Torvis said he
strong enough.
might make it home in time for his next pick. Just let us know, Torvis. I was 6'1",
But also-
230, and I was undersized. I was strong for my size, but I wasn't college. I wasn't able to play college. I'd have got killed.
Yeah, I also was nowhere near athletic enough to play college receiver, so I understand.
I hope that a lot of this stuff has been fixed, Greg. I just don't want to risk it with the rookies. It scares
Let's
me.
take precautions.
Yeah, I mean, it don't
This
hurt to
training
wait.
camp's a big deal.
It don't hurt to wait to edit them until week 1. It's not a big deal.
Yep.
John on the clock.
Next pick is a skip.
Torvis said he might make it home for his pick. So he's up next.
Yeah, he's got 2 upcoming. If he might be able to make the second
Tennessee
one.
Titans now on the clock.
Should I go ahead and skip it or no?
Just wait. He said he'd let us know.
Um,
Torvis, we're on your pick. Let me know if you're going to make it or not. Well, the reason that I made that announcement about the editing guides is you can edit from the. There's a glitch that all the Madden generate or all the draft class rookies all have the same build, and then you have to edit them and fix them yourself to make them look right. And what the glitch was when you did that in the preseason, it would glitch out training camp and freeze it for everybody. So we just don't want to lose training camp. So we're just saying wait until week 1 to fix those guys. That's all it comes down to. It's nothing really about
there's
tool
been
looks or nothing.
there's been problems with Madden share all year. Browning just threw a pick. Oh man, he's got like a whopping 1 fantasy point right now.
Yeah, one of my students is actually, he just texted me. He is up in Cincinnati watching the game. He's a Bengals fan. He bought these tickets for his birthday this past year. He just got into football last year. He likes Joe Burrow. So he bought these tickets to go here for his birthday. And
Yeah.
Joe Burrow's out. And he just sent me in one of our group chats that he's in our fantasy football league. He sent us one of the yawning emojis, like this is boring because there's nothing going on.
Yeah. This is probably the season for the Bengals too. It's probably gone after this loss.
Yeah.
Oh well.
And then their team's going to enter a slight rebuild. Not a major rebuild, but a slight one. They're
We
gonna
got
have to
one more
make,
year with this roster, but we got to draft really good this time.
got to make decisions. Probably going to lose T. Higgins.
We
Tyler
can
Boyd's
tag
done.
him. Tyler Boyd's cooked. He's washed up, unfortunately.
Torvis just made it, so he'll be available for this next pick. Jay on the clock.
I think
Torvis, you're now on the clock. He just said loading up, so he'll be here to make his pick.
I think it's really obvious that you got to keep number 1. Oh my gosh, number 9 and number 1, and then everything else will fall into place, I guess.
Yeah. They got to get that offensive line right.
Yeah.
Torvis is going to make his pick.
There's like a cult that wants Brock Bowers, and I'm like, I want an offensive lineman. We haven't drafted an offensive lineman the whole time.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is in Tennessee. Everybody's like, oh, God, they draft if Malik Neighbors falls to 8 or 9. I hope he's there.
Yeah.
And that's fine, but I would rather them draft like Joe Alt out of Notre Dame or that left tackle out of Penn State because I'm tired of seeing the same things from Tennessee. The offensive line has been tragic for 3 years.
I feel like Jamar Chase and then two other solid receivers is enough, and you just got to get a line for Burrow, so he has time at this point.
If I'm Tennessee, I know I've got one more year with D Hop. I'm going to draft a 2nd round wide receiver or a 3rd round wide receiver to kind of just maybe.
Yeah, and you still got Burks, who just hasn't been healthy. He could still be good.
He's got a chance, and now that they got a quarterback that I can actually push the ball down the field to him. I blame this year solely on Vrabel and the organization. They should have started Levis from the very get-go. They shouldn't have wasted their time with Tannehill, and they should definitely not have wasted their time with Malik. If they had gave him the entirety of the offseason, or the preseason, and gave him the entirety of training camp to get familiar and build some chemistry with this receiving core, he'd been further along, even further along than he is now.
I think it also helped him that he didn't have the pressure of being a starter day 1, but I still think he would be at this point of the season. And there was some games they would have won if Tannehill wasn't playing.
No doubt about it. Would have beat the Saints. No, I'm sorry, Brent. We would have beat the Saints without Tannehill if Tannehill wouldn't have been playing. Gabe Jacas out of Illinois goes to the Bears. Levis has proven, though, that he can that he's the
I
guy
think
there
he's
in
the guy.
Tennessee. I know one thing: the team sure has rallied around him.
At this
Following
point,
the,
he's earned the right to have players drafted around him.
yeah.
Like,
So Monday night against the Dolphins, there was 22 pressures on him, and he only got sacked once. So it shows you that he's improving and making decisions and under pressure.
yep.
People want to criticize him,
You
but
can't
they
really
don't realize
pressure him though because he gets the ball out so quick.
he does. And everybody criticizes him like, oh, he's throwing to one wide receiver, and
Yeah,
he has no O line.
it
Like,
is whether they're winning or losing right now depends on if they double D up
yeah,
because the other
yeah.
guys.
Legitimately, if you took Skoronski off the starting line, there wouldn't be a single starter on the O line that would start anywhere else in the NFL.
Yep.
It's the second worst rated O line of the season behind the Jets.
Philadelphia Eagles on the clock now.
I'm sure the
Quinshon
Bengals
Judkins,
just.
halfback out of Ole Miss, goes to the Green Bay Packers.
I'm sure
John on the
Orlando
clock.
Brown's numbers are awful, which is
Next selection, the New
Tetero
York Jets.
McMillan out of Arizona.
I
I'm going to go
believe
look at
he
my
was
draft board. It's on my pick now.
6'5".
I'm just shocked at this little receiver. He's 5'8". Holy cow.
That's only a slot player. Which I don't know. You can play Tyreek on the outside in this
I
game,
really
but
don't have a clue on what pick I want to make here. Just
go
being-
Danke. Drake London replacement.
There's not really any alignment that I might go Elijah Pritchett. You got A pass block, A and B run block. 6'6", 321.
Falcons are now
He's the
on
third
He
round
just,
projected.
he just went.
Oh, great. Thanks, Chew. Appreciate it. Appreciate that. Dang, damn it. Thank you so much. Kenyatta Jackson at Ohio State.
Yeah, I was looking at him. That's their receiver. I'm sure he's
Oh,
hidden.
he's a right end.
Oh,
B block shed, B power moves. I might go there. He
just
moved
keep
up.
bolstering the D line.
Yeah.
I could use that. I might draft a middle linebacker.
That's what I was
I
looking
don't know.
at. I might go Shamar James. A zone coverage. He's a coverage linebacker, and I need one desperately. Let's do it.
now we
Normal
turn
dev, but 87 speed. That's pretty good.
player on the clock.
He's
Usable.
fast. Yeah, he's usable. He's got A zone coverage, A hit power, B pursuit. I like it. I like the pick. I wish he was hidden, but I like that pick. I told myself I was going to get a linebacker in this draft, and Harold Perkins was the guy. So I'll take that.
Has John been on?
On the clock
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
It's
He
the
answered my
Tampa
question
Bay
there.
Buccaneers.
I'm not really at the point where I need to rebuild my O line right now. Next year, this will be the year I need to rebuild it.
We're an hour in right now.
We've had a lot of people picking this time. We've skipped a lot
Yeah.
of picks. I like these interactive drafts. That's why we commentate. I do not feel like commentating this, but I feel like we get a lot of interaction from you guys, and it's cool. It's cool to do that. I wish we had more time in our day-to-day lives to do more with like conversations, podcast type stuff, but it's just busy. We may look to do like podcast type stuff in the summer.
It's just I didn't expect to be this busy with school. Just straight up, I underestimated what I was heading into.
On the clock now, the Chicago Bears.
I didn't
And
think
that's
I'd
on
be
me.
right. I didn't think I'd be writing a thesis.
That's on me
semester.
because
John said we can skip the rest of his
The
picks.
Raiders are on the clock.
You can skip this one. Chris said that he won't be back for the rest of his picks. The Raiders won't.
On the clock now, the Dallas Cowboys.
Nico on the clock. I have a pick coming up at number 10. I sent Gertie Jarrett to Kendrick for it.
who was pick 6? I have all their picks. I don't know who that was. Can't remember what trade that was. It was the Hollywood trade, I believe. Oh, it was the Ravens.
Yeah, and then Hollywood's in free agents. Was a free agent.
Yeah, so that was a bad move for him. It was a good move if he'd just signed him back. You got him for a second and a third. That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
But you just let him walk.
I was pretty happy with my signing. I signed Justin Reed. He's gonna be my user. I'm pretty happy with that.
Niners has not been here.
Nope.
All right.
On the clock now, it's the
Cody on the
Miami
clock.
Dolphins.
I really don't know where I want to go next. I got my two positions that I really wanted.
I got so many picks here, and I don't really know what I want to do with it. This is going to be hectic. At this point, I'm like, try to start drafting the players that have the round one projection.
They're on the clock.
I feel like that might be the way to go.
Dane Key's there.
Yeah, I'm good. That's my least favorite player on our offense. I know that's harsh, but it's pretty true.
I'm considering making a shocking pick here in this next pick.
And check a
Maybe
pass
it
rusher.
may be terrible, but it's kind of something I want to experiment with.
With the next
Can't have enough of him. He was a round one projection, and he is hidden, so I just took the hidden dev.
Yeah, I just didn't have place for him. Is the reason I didn't want him. I got Zach
He's
Harrison.
not
who's
great physically. Like, I don't know if he's even going to be able to get on the
Yeah.
field.
I got Zach Harrison up to X Factor, and then I got those two old guys I signed. Plus, I got Barmore, and then I just drafted Dion. So I pretty much am set with my D line for this upcoming season. So I didn't want to take a pick there. So I'm glad I got that linebacker where I did.
It's the Cleveland Browns.
Turdell on the clock, then Willis, then myself, and then you, Kyle, Skip, then you again. You did have a lot of picks. Holy cow.
Yeah. Capitalize off of players I didn't want. I think a lot of this is like Buda Baker. I think I got 2 Texans picks.
On the clock now, the Kansas
Some
Joshua
of it-
Josephs.
Some of it's from in real life, where the Texans traded up for Will Anderson. And then some of it is Buda Baker. And then some of it was Hollywood Brown.
on the clock now.
Starting to build a
It's the
militia here.
Atlanta
Cam Dewberry. Willis. I said Willis is probably going to rebuild that O line, and he sure has stuck to that.
Yeah. Shoot. Day has showed the power of a good O-line.
He sure has.
This Madden, man, that team is insane.
I'm looking at this tight end. I know I've got Pitts, but I'm looking at this tight end. Great speed, elite jumping,
What's his name?
A run block, A medium route. His name is Donovan Green, 6'4", out of Texas A&M. I've been running some 2 tight end set stuff. I switched playbooks 3 times this past year, trying to get more comfortable with all the playbooks so I never am too complacent. I'm going to take him. Normal dev, 85 speed at 6'4". I'll take that. He'll be mine a good number 2 tight end.
Yeah.
It's better than whatever the guy I had. His name was Fitzpatrick. It'd be better than him. They give me 2 dynamic receiving threats there.
I'll take Mr. Armella here. The last two round projection
We have
offensive
8
lineman.
people watching.
In dev, I mean normal dev, sorry. And then not great physically. It's all right. He'll be good depth. Then this is a skip,
Yep.
And now on the
and then
clock,
I can make
it's the
another pick
Arizona
here.
Cardinals.
There's a first round receiver on the board still. I might just do it. Just to have the body. I don't know. Like I'm never gonna use him though. He's so short.
Yeah, if we saw what short wide receivers can do, or what their downside is, we saw it in the Super Bowl. Andy Isabella fumbles on the first possession for Greg, then he
These
gets hurt.
corners are bad. They're just bad. Like the corners at the top of the board are not good.
I'm excited about the new game of the week process. I feel like it's really going to help spice the game of the weeks up, makes them have consequences, and makes them actually, you know, worth something.
I'm just gonna take him. He's gonna be hitting Dev, I assume.
The Buffalo
Yep. So
Bills are
we'll get him on
now
the
on
roster.
the clock.
Maybe a gadget man, good kick returner, 92
Yeah,
speed.
I'll be right back.
All right. Joe on the clock.
Now on the clock, the
Jay
Giants.
Sean Barham out of Maryland.
With the next selection, the Lions are on the clock.
Big.
I was going to ask everybody who's still watching if you've been playing the new Warzone and what your thoughts are.
With the next pick, the
I've been playing it
Jacksonville
pretty
Jaguars.
pretty heavily the past couple nights, and I'm going to be honest, it is tough. It is a
And the start
adjustment
three
going back to
games
the
are
movement
now
and
on the clock.
everything.
Big news here. Jordan Dingle, the tight end, has withdrawn from the transfer portal, so he's back.
Yeah, I saw that in the news earlier. I have a friend who played football with him out west until he moved. Chris said he likes it. I've got 3 dubs with my squad so far. Chris, my KD's like hovering around a 1, which is not good, but I'm still trying to get used to the mechanics again. Last night I played, and the last 4 games I kind of started to get into a rhythm. So I'm hoping that means I'm getting back used to it, but I'm just trying to get back to the one-shot snipers or the one-shot sniper, I should say, and then the slide canceling back at it.
There's a Browning touchdown. Bengals only down 7.
Willis's gaming adventures. Yeah, I like the fact that sniper's back too. I'm just trying to get back used to it. What did they change, Willis? They changed everything back to how it was on Warzone 1, basically. Slide canceling's back. Uh, Jump shooting is still very powerful. There's a sniper called the Cat AMR. It's a one-shot sniper to the head. The multipliers for limbs and stuff is all different. So like every part of the body, the bullets actually matter where you shoot them now. Um,
With the next
Gulag changed.
selection,
Map was
it's the
completely
Pittsburgh
changed.
Steelers.
It's a totally new game, and it's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it. I'm not griping at all. That's just tough. It's like hard for me to get back used to. After playing Al Mazrah for a year, where you didn't really have to move, and you could kind of stand still, knowing that you had two shots coming your way. So it's
Well,
definitely tough.
I was playing the heck out of Fortnite when it was the OG season, and now I don't know, they've changed a lot. It's still fun. It's just it don't feel like Fortnite.
I
The
have never.
movement,
I've played maybe 40 total matches on Fortnite in my entire
you know,
life.
like
I
the
just
buildings.
no, the building's not it. That and I just didn't like the way it looked.
Yeah, it's cartoony, but I don't know. It was
Yeah, I'll add you to our COD group there, Willis. I've got that category made in our Discord for those who wanted to be in, and I'll add you to it. We're not really teamed up yet, but not really had much time. My squad's been playing a lot, but when my squad's not on, I'll definitely be hitting you all up.
big when I was a freshman in high school and middle school, so I enjoy it.
Yeah, Fortnite changed the game on how battle royales are supposed to be. It changed Call of Duty forever.
Yeah,
I still will say the best battle royale game I've ever played though was Call of Duty Blackout.
yeah. I played that one.
That one was fun. That was like the
Yeah,
perfect battle royale.
Apex Legends wasn't
Next,
bad.
the
Could
Philadelphia
never get
Eagles
into
are
the
on the clock.
healing system. I didn't like the way that you healed.
Yeah,
Shiloh
it made
Sanders
Fortnite
yells.
like almost too realistic to be Fortnite though.
Yeah.
They've all the guns are like I don't know. It feels like you're playing Call of Duty with building.
See that's what I read. I read that the reason that they did that is they knew that this new Warzone was going to be a big hit amongst Call of Duty fans, and they were going to lose a lot of their Call of Duty traffic
Yeah,
that they'd gained over the past 2 years. So they wanted to try to make the game kind of feel that way. Chew plays Warzone. We gotta have to link up. I'm not great by no means. Like I said, my KD's hovering around a 1 right now, but I think I'm starting to figure things out. I started running the PKM LMG last night. Just having that 100 round mag, be able to just to spam, just shoot. It was able to pick up a lot of damage and kills with it. We've got 3 dubs. I got a research dub too. Snub said bodies, bodies,
Joe
bodies.
Mixon ran the ball 4 times.
I
Jeez,
know
dude.
Snub. You played the new Warzone. I know you played the last one. We can. Oh, I forgot to tell you. I'm sorry. We can send
The
Johns. That's my
Tennessee
fault totally.
Titans are now on
It's
the
all good.
clock.
Torvis is on the clock. He
He's
is
back, I
here.
believe.
Yeah, he made his last pick. Day getting his first pick coming up.
I doubt he's on
It's
for it.
the
I'm really
He
Philadelphia
excited
hasn't
for
had a
him.
pick the
Eagles
whole time.
now on the
No,
clock.
I'm really excited for my tight end that I drafted. I'm excited to run some 2 tight end sets. And he has a run blocking, which is phenomenal for my system.
Yeah, Day's not on. I'm gonna skip him. He's on
Now the
Madden.
Seattle
Jay is on
Seahawks
the
are
clock.
on the clock.
That's the most Patriots pick ever.
Yeah,
Look at
Sean
that name.
Fitzsimmons. Sean Fitzsimmons, D tackle out of Pittsburgh. Oh, Belichick still doing it, huh? Got Sonny. We got
What do
Will.
you think about
Will.
them kicking him out?
Yeah, I don't know if that's true. But if it is, it's stupid. I am too snub. Now Resurgence. I played it yesterday for the first time. I played 2 matches and I had a 10 kill dub on the first one. Will said he's really excited for
The
this revamp.
Carolina
I'm not
Panthers
quite sure. I can't see the rest of your message, so I don't really know what you're referring to. Revamped what? LT Overton. I thought this was a left tackle pick, but his name is LT. Going to the left end at A&M. Sonny, we skipped him at first. He's not going to be here. We can skip him and Will.
The
Oh,
Indianapolis
his revamped
Colts
O
are
line. Yeah,
now
you've
on the
rebuilt your O
clock.
line.
The Chargers are up now.
That's
They're
for
on
sure.
the clock.
Casey on the clock. He's made his picks. For those of you like the reason that I see your messages on this stream is because it comes up on my TV, the bottom right corner, but it don't show all of it. It just shows up to like such a point. So and like depending on how long your name is on your YouTube, as your comment in front of it, it shows less or more. Jay said he's done, so Jags, we can skip it the rest of the way. We're
All
definitely
right.
doing 4 rounds.
Yeah,
Definitely doing 4 rounds.
that's all
Jay,
I think we need to
Jalen
do.
just actually asked that as I was answering it. We're doing 4 rounds. So we got one more round after this. And we'll go into the training camp section, and you'll have until, like we said, what time did I say tomorrow for training camp?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
I'll have to look.
I'm so excited for the new game of the week stuff.
I am too. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's a good change. It's going to really make the game of the weeks more important.
It is training camp is till
Midnight tonight.
midnight tonight.
And that might go into the 1 o'clock area too, guys. I'm just saying, because of the fights. So, and then training camp. We'll go from training camp. We'll go from cut period. You get a long time for your cut period.
We might
On the clock now, it's the
ought to
Green
extend
Bay
that to noon tomorrow, the training camp, and then give noon to 8:30 for
As long as
cuts.
there's somebody, I won't be able to do any of the advances tomorrow. I'm gonna be out of the house all day.
I got it.
Okay.
That might just be better because
So
I
the
feel like
training,
training camps probably take longer than
so
cut period.
your training camp is going to be from 12 or from post draft until noon tomorrow, and then from noon till 8:30 you're gonna have, or till 9 o'clock you'll have a chance to make your cuts.
The New York Jets on the
Ooh,
clock.
I'm
I feel like
next.
that's the best way to do it.
It's fine with me. Dane Key's still sitting here, Eli.
You might have to do it.
Decent speed, medium route A, B spectacular catch, A deep route.
He's gonna be like a 69 overall with
Yeah,
solid catching.
69 overall, 84 speed.
He'll probably have like 88. Kentucky's offense could be dangerous, man.
Isaiah Bond is on the board still.
Agent Bond.
I love the name Bond. I'm a big James Bond fan, so you can imagine how tempting that
He's
is for
good for
me.
Alabama too. I feel like
Yeah,
he's been their best receiver.
he has. O-line's been picked over. It's been the most O-line drafted I've ever seen.
It's the Atlanta Falcons.
The
Now
Atlanta
on the
Falcons is
clock.
me on the clock. Keontae Goodwin's still here. Kentucky's,
Yuck.
yeah,
He had some
doesn't look
family issues that happened, so
doesn't look anything like him whatsoever.
it's just why transfer
I'm
if
definitely
you
glad that I took my linebacker when I did.
if the only reason you were not playing was your own fault because you were out of shape.
So there's a right outside linebacker, Sean Murphy, who's got A hit power, B tackle, B man coverage, B play recognition, and elite speed sitting here. But he was projected to be a day. I'm drafting him. Who cares?
It's the
89 speed.
Philadelphia Eagles. Now
Wow.
on the clock.
I'll take it.
It's an athlete.
He's an athlete, speed rusher. I'll take it. Put him on the edge.
Combine got him drafted early.
Basically. Hit power A. Good in man coverage. He'd be another coverage linebacker. I'll take that. That's a pretty good pick. Named Sean Murphy out of Alabama. I needed speed in my
You said
linebacker position.
John can be skipped, right? Or was
Yeah,
that Jake?
John can be skipped.
Okay.
Chu found the 98 speed wide receiver in the
Next
draft,
up,
Ben
the
Perez.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers are on the clock.
There's Mixon. Bengals
Oh, I'm
rolling
sorry,
now.
not Chu. Packers. I'm officially done with the draft. I have no more picks.
Now on the clock.
I got one more.
Minnesota Vikings.
I might have to pull the trigger on old Dane. I don't know. I've drafted 2 receivers. I don't need to do that.
I sure up my defensive set, the front seven, so I'm sure the 89 speed linebacker will be poorly rated, but
Vegas Raiders are on the clock.
Raiders is not here.
It's the Dallas Cowboys now on the clock.
Rob Dillingham today. I expect him to play well. He's from North Carolina.
hope we don't try to do too much. Just play his game and he'll be fine.
He's so explosive.
He is.
He can put up 15 points in 2 minutes.
Nico on the clock.
I've also been battling some people about the importance of having DJ Wagner healthy.
Yeah, DJ
He
Wagner
is.
is the key to that offense because he's the one who's able to get to the
He
rim.
opens everything else up.
He does. Chargers is done. We can send the rest of his picks.
All right.
Yeah, definitely. He's the key. He gets to the rim.
Now on the clock, the San Francisco
I know a kid
49ers.
named Matthew Golden from Pineville. Dane Key goes to the 49ers.
Matt Golden. That's my guy.
Is that who you were going to draft?
Huh?
Were you going to draft him?
Oh, I thought you were just giving me a Matt Golden story.
Oh, no, he was drafted just a minute ago.
Oh. Oh. I didn't see that.
Yeah, I know a kid named Matt Golden from Pineville. It's crazy to think, all y'all watching, we got people from Houston,
The Ravens.
we got people from California, we got people from up in Pennsylvania, we got people from Canada,
Next up,
you got us here in Kentucky,
Bills are on the
we've got
clock.
people in Florida. I mean, we got people all around who are
Was
in this group. It's
Snub
pretty
still
cool.
drafting?
Yeah, as far as I know, Stubb is still here.
Okay. Gotta get through here.
Willis saying H-Town representing.
First down. Big throw.
If I was going to visit Texas, I would visit Houston. That'd be the city I'd visit.
I think I'd go to Austin.
Houston or Dallas.
Thinking about going to the UK game in Austin next fall.
Yeah.
I want to go to Texas.
I've been to Oklahoma. Been up to the
I've
military
never
base there,
been
Fort Seal.
With the next
never been west
the
of Bowling
Kansas
Green,
City Chiefs
so I
are
gotta get
now
out that
on
way.
the clock.
I've been to Oklahoma, Iowa. Lil said if you come to Houston, we're only 3 hours from both. If I ever come to Houston, seriously, I'll be, he said from Austin and Dallas. So you go to Houston, you can kind of travel to both cities.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. If I ever come to any of your all cities, I'm seriously hitting you all up. I'm not just saying that. I know Snub's out in Colorado. We got Day in Arizona. We got a bunch of people in California. We got a bunch of people in Texas.
The Los Angeles Rams are up.
So Lil Skinner, tight end out of Miami.
Got Joe in Canada.
We got Joe up in Canada. I don't ever anticipate going to Canada, Joe. I'm sorry.
Been right on the line in Detroit.
Closest I've been was Montana. I've been up to Montana, and we was about a 5-hour drive from the border.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see Canada from where I was, like, on the road in Detroit. But
87 speed tight end, that's pretty good. I've been out of the country twice. I've been to Israel twice. I have no desire to go anywhere else.
I haven't traveled a lot. I mean, I have, but I stayed in the same area. I've been to Cleveland a couple times. I've been to Detroit once.
I've been to Columbus, Ohio. I've been to Cincinnati. I've been
Yeah, I've been
to
to Cincinnati a bunch.
multiple places in Georgia.
Been to Indianapolis.
Multiple places in Florida. I've been through Indianapolis. Multiple places in South Carolina and North Carolina.
Yeah, I've hit all that.
Been to Oklahoma. I've been through Arkansas. I've been through Alabama. Obviously Tennessee, Kentucky,
Arizona Cardinals are now
Virginia, West Virginia. I've never really been in West Virginia, to be honest. Drove through Minneapolis, St. Paul, hated it. Chicago, hated it. Iowa, Montana, South and North Dakota. Yeah, I've been quite a few places. Then I've been up to New York twice, Boston. I spent 2 weeks in Boston. I loved Boston. I ain't gonna lie about it. I liked it. It was pretty city. The side that I was on, at least. And then I've been to Newark, New Jersey twice to fly out of there, and I've been to Israel twice. I've been all across the country of Israel. So I've been blessed to be able to go to a few places. I spent my time in Montana on an Indian reserve, Eli.
I've been to Cherokee, North Carolina.
Yeah, it was a unique experience.
Yeah, I was drafted another hidden player. I'm not trying. I don't know how I did that.
Well, that's the kid that the marginal speed corner that just kept slipping.
Yeah, I just kept drafting the best player available. Bengals tied up. Joe Mixon. That was a heck of a run.
Joe say Canada don't want me. Don't want me, Billy. Sorry, Joe. Me and Joe have argued many times over what really is bacon and what's not bacon. Most Canadians don't know what real bacon is.
They just eat ham.
They just eat ham. He's getting ready to get
Oh, he
turned.
was down.
Joe's getting ready to get turned up in the chat when he hears that. We've argued over this for years. It's going to be funny. Snub laughing. He's getting ready to get tore up. I know him.
Dude, like, it's just ham.
He sent me a thing one time. Joe, you'll remember doing this. He sent me this like big post one time about all the different cuts. He's like, you ought to even know the different cuts of meat that's used for ham and bacon. So don't even come at me. And he had this like scientific method for how they describe bacon. I'm like, I can tell you what bacon is. Come over here come down to Eastern Kentucky and we'll show you what bacon and gravy and biscuits are.
It's the 49ers.
We don't even call them biscuits and gravy here because the gravy is the main course. We may not know a lot.
It's some
We know how to
biscuits
cook.
with your gravy.
Yeah, we know how to cook here. One of the things I'm really glad I've done, we talking about traveling there, like one of the reasons I'm glad I've traveled is the stigma and the stereotype from people in our community is like, oh, we're just a bunch of dumb hillbillies. Listen to how they sound. They sound so ignorant. I've been to more places than most people I know that's from here and who's not from here. And I've also received more college education than most people I know. So I'm not. I don't like that whole "you're just a dumb redneck." I can't stand that.
There's rough people everywhere.
Yeah, there's dumb people everywhere. That's exactly it.
There's less people here, so
Yeah, people
there
keep
happens to be
asking.
more rough people.
I actually had someone recently tell me I was just a hillbilly, and I was like, "Have you wrote a 49-page thesis?" They're like, "No." I'm like, "Well, I have, so shut up." Boom, roasted.
You're done.
You're done. I wrote a 49-page thesis this past 7 weeks, so I don't want to hear crap. I may sound hillbilly, but I'm not ignorant. I'm not better than nobody, but I don't want everybody to ever think I'm not as good as someone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just treat me fairly. That's how I always try to operate with people. That's why
It's like
I get
people
upset.
feel sorry for you and stuff too because you're from.
Yeah,
Like, I'm
it's like,
good.
oh, God bless your heart. You're from the mountains. Like, yeah,
good.
I am. It's like I bet you were dirt poor. No, I wasn't. Sorry. My dad worked hard in the coal mines, and he's middle class my whole life. I've worked hard my life to be where I'm at, and the Lord's blessed me and provided for me. I don't want to hear nothing.
The Jaguars are
Jacoby Matthews. I looked at him at one point. We can skip Jay. He said he was done.
the Minnesota Vikings.
Backup quarterback.
We just had Jay draft. Now little Jay's up the draft.
The Pittsburgh Steelers.
MJ Morris, QB out of North Carolina State.
Has he been here, Dre?
No, he's not made a pick tonight. Chris takes Clyde Davis, wide receiver, 94 speed at 6'1". That's a pretty good pick.
And John's not been here either.
Yeah, John's done. I don't know about Torvis. I think Torvis is still here. We've only got one person watching.
The
Keontae Goodwin.
I didn't realize it was that bad,
That's
dude.
what I told you. That wasn't nothing like him.
And he's not been at Kentucky for 2 years.
Oh, I know.
The New England Patriots are now
Isaiah Bond.
Come on, bro.
I told you. I told you.
He just missed that one.
Chew's still here. I respect it, Chew. Chew, I'm so glad you're back in these leagues, man. For real. I'm being serious. I'm really glad.
with the next selection. The
Xavier
Carolina Panthers on
Nwankpa.
the clock.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Justin Jefferson is killing us.
Brent said he's here, but he wants to make his fifth round picks. Snub said, "Have you all ever had to eat a syrup sandwich?"
No,
No, I've never had to eat a syrup sandwich.
I've had a McGriddle.
Never had a syrup sandwich.
Is Sonny on? I don't think so. He said he wouldn't be here.
No.
Next up,
Okay,
the
then we'll.
Indianapolis Colts are on the clock.
Snub said that's poor.
The syrup sandwich sounds crazy.
Yeah. He said they're saying that's a struggle meal. I've never had to do that. Never had that.
I've
Chew
had the two
said,
pieces of white bread with
Chew,
nothing in between them. I've had that before just because I was trying to fill myself up.
Chew said a wish sandwich. What's a wish sandwich, fellas? You have to explain that to me. I'm lost on that one. I thought it said fish sandwich for a second. I was like, yeah, I've had fish sandwiches. I just made fish tacos the other night.
Those look gas. Those look good. Uh-oh. Pick six.
Chew said Chew said wish you had one.
Pick
That's
six.
facts.
Bengals up. They might be coming back.
That's funny. Wish I had a sandwich. That's funny. I've never had that.
That was a pick six, and they caught offsides. That's crazy.
The only time I've ever come close to wanting a wish sandwich, fellas, was when I first got out on my own, and I was my job was not paying me as much, and I was like, well, I needed to. I appreciate that too. I had to save money at every cost, so I didn't do without my food. I like to eat, but I did do without like heat for a long time. The whole first winter I was on my own, I froze my butt off, but I made it work.
That was just the wrong call, too.
Melvin Verner, Indiana State.
That was a terrible call.
You know,
man. Sorry.
I know everybody we're talking about all these different areas that we have represented in our group. I feel like I could come to your all's areas and I would be completely like a fish out of water. But if you came to our area, you'd probably be a fish out of water too. Because
No, it's different.
it's a completely different atmosphere down here. I have a friend I know a guy from Michigan, and he came down here and lived for a while. We're buddies, and he would duck. He was from Flint, Michigan, and he would duck every time someone would throw their hand up at him. Like down here,
The New York Jets are now on
be
the
a cat in the
clock.
water. Every time that, seriously, around here, if you're driving or if you're walking on the side of the road or something, or just walking somewhere in the community, people throw their hand up like it's nothing. Like everybody waves, and to me that's normal. Well, he would duck every time because he would say that in Flint they wouldn't throw their hands up at people. They were always afraid of getting shot. So I was like, wow, that right there shocked me. But that's how it is here. You're going to see a lot of crazy stuff sometimes in some places, but for the most part, everybody's really friendly. And you will see there is a lot of ignorance. There's a lot of people who are ignorant.
Yeah, you get a lot of redneck stuff.
There is a lot of rednecks, yeah, for sure. Snub said he's from Memphis. I can fit in anywhere. I've actually been to Memphis one time, Snub. I visited a church down there called Bellevue Baptist. I don't know if you know where that's at, but I visited Bellevue Baptist.
Well, for them to see Delmas just putting on one of his shows on the side of the road one day.
Funny story about my time in Memphis there, Snub. We stayed at this hotel. It was actually a motel.
Next up,
And
it's the
the
on the clock.
receptionist gave me the key. I walk up to the door and I heard something moving inside. And I was like, what the heck? And I put the key up to the door and unlocked the door and I open it and there's a man and his, I guess, wife in bed watching a movie. Now, when I say in bed, I don't mean anything, perverted or crude there, but they were in bed and laying there watching television in this room that is supposed to be my room. And there's a dog. This is a non-pet friendly motel. The dog comes running at me. And so, I didn't have my gun on me. I carry a gun everywhere I go. I didn't have my gun on me because I'd been on a military base for the past 10 days. And so I was like visiting, or past 5 days, visiting one of my family members. And so I was like, I just took off running. I was like, oh crap.
Chicago Bears
Snub said,
are
sounds
on
about right. I'm pretty sure they were squatting, that they had broke in there. The receptionist didn't know nothing about it. So they gave us another room. And the electricity didn't work in that room. So then they gave us another room and they finally put us in a place that was semi-decent. It was
All
pretty.
right, that is the
Okay.
draft.
That's it. Brent said he wanted to make his 5th round picks, but yeah, they definitely broke in Snub. They were squatting. He was like, "Get out of my room." I was like, "It's my room. What are you talking about?" All right, fellas. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Another great season. It was a great season. We're gonna keep doing some other things this upcoming year. Pay attention for the first game of the week to be posted shortly, and if you guys need anything, just message us. I'm cutting the stream. See you guys.